got Sandy Alex G and Proud on FBI Radio 94.5. It sits among a collection of songs called Rocket, which he put out in May last year. We named it Album of the Week when it came out, so you know it pretty well. And you might have seen it played live at Laneway Festival on Sunday. He's playing the Lansdowne Hotel tomorrow as well. But right now, a pleasure to be joined in the studio by Alex Janiscoli. Alex, welcome. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. Just before we begin, the Super Bowl happened on Monday. Do you follow it?
Yeah, me and the other members of the band are from Philadelphia, so we were watching pretty closely. We're excited about it, too. Kind of bummed I missed the chaos.
Yeah. This is like the first win ever that the Philadelphia Eagles had, right?
It's the first Super Bowl win.
Yeah. What would you have done had you been there?
I don't know, probably just wandered over to Broad Street.
Yeah.
That's like the main, the main artery of the city, and just seen what was happening. Like, people were flipping cars.
Yeah,
and
have you
stuff.
seen some of the screwed up shit that was happening?
Yeah.
There was a video of this guy like getting egged on by a crowd to literally eat like horse shit off the ground. I was like, what? Like, what? You guys won. Like, why are you forcing yourself to do that?
That's so funny. Yeah. It's like, it just gets all mixed up.
Yeah.
I was worried about my van. Like, I have a van that's parked just out front of my apartment, and I was worried it was going to get flipped or something.
Yeah.
But
Have you
luckily-
checked in? Do you know if it's been flipped?
Yeah, I think it's good. I mean, it hasn't been flipped.
That you know of.
Yeah, now that I know.
Another thing about the Super Bowl that's really interesting, this phenomenon of the halftime Super Bowl show. I don't know if you've heard that, like, Justin Timberlake did it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've watched it. I've only watched a little bit.
I missed most of it. Like,
Yeah.
I was getting food or something.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it was like 9 a.m. in the morning out
Yeah.
in Sydney. So, yeah, I don't really know who would have been watching it, who wasn't American. But, yeah, I love how people were talking about the performance, and no one was saying that it was terrible. No one was saying that it was amazing. People were just saying, it was fine.
Yeah.
Bring it back to Sandy Alex G, do you ever feel a bit, you ever worry that anything you put out or any performance you do was just fine?
Oh, you know what? I'm past worrying about it because I just feel like everything is that I do is that way. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I don't even worry about it anymore.
You don't think anything is exceptional or anything is terrible that,
I think, like, when at the time that I make something, I think it's incredible, like the best work of art that known to man, and then, like, after a couple days, or not, I don't know, after a certain amount of time, I listen back and I'm like, that's all right, like, it's all right.
How do you make sure that something that you make elicits like a meaningful response from the audience?
I don't know, I'm still trying to figure it out. I really don't know. I just, like, go with my gut. As far as recording goes, I just go with my gut, and then as far as live shows go, I just try and make people, like, giggle or something. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I still don't know what's good and what's bad as far as performing.
Yeah. Well, something's definitely working because I only just saw that your Lansdowne show for tomorrow night just sold out. So congrats on that. That'll be fun. Your first years of musical output was just uploading to Bandcamp for yourself and for your friends. You've since signed to Domino Records. Now that you have like a team working with you releasing music, has it changed the way that you write?
No, it's still pretty much the same. Like, yeah. Can't say it's changed.
Yeah. But I know the Rocket was a bit more collaborative, right? You brought more people on.
Yeah, I mean, it's still, it's still my thing, but I do like Sam, who tours with me, played a guitar solo on the song County, and John, who plays bass on tour, played a bass solo on the same song, and my girlfriend Molly played violin on a bunch of stuff. So it's not like, as far as the core of it, it's still my thing, but, like, I outsourced a couple instruments on some of the songs.
If you've just tuned in, you're listening to FBI Radio 94.5. We've got Sandy Alex G in the studio with us. He's in the country for Laneway Festival, having just played the Sydney leg over the weekend, Fremantle and Brisbane this weekend, and a headline show tomorrow night at the Lansdowne. Alex, you've got your guitar with you right now. What song will you be playing for us?
I'll play the song Bobby.
Amazing. Live this afternoon on FBI Radio 94.5. This is Sandy Alex G.
I'd leave him for you. If you want me to, I'd leave him for you. If you want me to, I'd leave him for you. If you want me to, I'd leave him for you. If you want me to, do you forget when we first met? You grabbed my hand, I tore your dress, I felt things I cannot express, but I lost my way, I made my mess, I'd clean it for you. If you want me to, I'd clean it for you. If you want me to, I'd clean it for you. If you want me to, I'd clean it for you. If you want me to, but I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I know you. I know you. I do. I tell you what. I paint pictures of my heart. The colors blue and purple start to bleed into an endless dark. It's only you, it's only you. I'd burn them for you. If you want me to, I'd burn them for you. If you want me to, I'd burn them for you. If you want me to, I'd burn them for you. If you want me to, but I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I know you. I know you. I tell you what.
On FBI Radio 94.5, live in the studio. That's Sandy, Alex G, and Bobby. Alex, thank you so much for that.
Sure.
What a pleasure. When we made Rocket Album of the Week here at FBI Radio last year, there was this line that our music director used to explain why she chose it, and it was that like no two songs on the album are alike, and I think it's true, like pretty like to an extreme, I guess. Some of the transitions on this album, when I first listened to it, were like quite jarring.
Yeah.
And I guess I don't want to ask you like to explain why you did that, because I guess that kind of takes the magic out of listening to the album anyway. But I want to know, when you're constantly writing music and because you've been writing music for so long, where do you look to be challenged and to be shocked into inspiration?
Like where do I seek out inspiration?
Yeah. Like, what shocks you?
I don't know. I'm not. It's hard.
Are you like completely desensitized to everything?
Yeah, I mean, not desensitized, but like, I guess it's just anywhere, it's kind of just falls into your lap, inspiration, like, because sometimes I turn on the radio and the most basic, but like the most common song that I hear all the time will play, and then I'll be like, oh, I didn't notice this thing about it, and then it kind of floors me, and I want to make something that uses that aspect, or I'll read something and a character has a certain perspective that I want to be like, oh, I gotta figure, I don't know. Or someone will just tell me something, I'm like, whoa. Yeah, and then I'll just have to write it down.
Do you have any creative projects outside of writing music?
Nothing that I'd call a project,
Okay.
but I'm always, writing stuff down, like, just like jotting notes down. Maybe I'll write them into something one day, but I don't have anything I'd call like a project.
Yeah, right. I know you like. I heard you casually dabbled in video game making.
Hey, man, I talked that up so much, but I never did anything.
It's such a known thing. It's like a one YouTube tutorial and
Yeah,
something like that.
I just like because I saw that there's this free software called Game Maker
Uh-huh.
online, so I downloaded it and tried to like make a 2D like, cool ass like, I don't know, video game, but I didn't do anything with it. I just made a bunch of like little like I made a bunch of little like animated guys.
Yeah. What was it about that appealed to you?
I guess I love telling stories, and I wanted to tell a story like that because I know when I was younger I'd play, like my older brother had a Nintendo and I'd play Zelda, and I remember how much that story moved me, even though when I look back it was such a basic story, you know what I mean? Like it was so archetypal and there was not that much to it. And so I wanted to use that medium to tell a story because I think of how much that moved me without any real what do you call any real
substance, tangibility.
Like, without any real substance, it really moved me. So that's all.
There's something about video games because I played them a bunch when I was a kid too. Something about how immersive they are that kind of takes you away from whatever you're doing because it gives you like a sense of agency. I feel like when I'm listening to a Sandy Alex G album, you're given like a sense of agency because you're not being like told what to like what this is. It's kind of just exists on a plane and you kind of are there to interpret it.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you see it that way because that's what I'd like.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's kind of like the best music that can be made, I reckon.
Cool.
Stuff that makes you think for yourself, I reckon. You're playing a pretty long set tomorrow night. I saw the set times are like 10 p.m. to 11:40 p.m.
Yeah, we just play forever.
Yeah, are your headline sets usually that long?
Yeah, it's kind of like to a fault we play, because I don't know, we got nothing better to do, I'm not like...
While you're here, you might as well.
Yeah. So I try and like make people feel comfortable, like if they want to leave, I don't care, I'm not offended, because I know I hate seeing long concerts, but I like to play, that's what I know how to do, so that's just what we do.
Yeah, you give people the choice to stay if they want and leave if they want, and you're okay with that.
Definitely.
Do you vary the sets across the tour? Is every single one the same, or are they different each time?
We have like a core group of like 10 to 12 songs that we've been playing because we're here for Laneway, and so a lot of people there don't know us already, so we'll just play these core songs like from the new album at Laneway, and then when we do a headline show, we'll do those core songs and then just ask. And then I just sort of see what people want us to play. And
oh, cool. So you like take requests from the crowd, like?
Yeah, we just do it that way because then it keeps people engaged. I'm not like we're not just rambling on some random stuff. Like,
Alex, you have a clear DIY background. It's something that you're quite well known for, and
cool.
I know you've been known to bring around a laptop and a mic to write when you're write and record when you're on the go. Do you have a laptop and mic with you now that you're using while you're in Australia?
No, I used to bring my laptop on tour, but then I got a smartphone like I guess like a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, and so I just like use that to check all my emails and stuff, and if I have an idea, I'll just do it on the
voice memo. Yeah,
and then I'll figure it out later. Because laptop it's just too scary. I have all my stuff on there, and if it breaks, I'm doomed.
It's expensive too. Like,
yeah,
shit. So what's in the works after Laneway Festival? What's coming up with Sandy Alex G?
Then we just fly home, like 24-hour flight, and then I think we have a month off. I'll try and like knock out some recording during that time, and then we just start touring again in the States. Yeah.
Amazing. Alex, it's been a pleasure chatting with you this afternoon and hearing you play. Sandy Alex G.